You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
We have Beta on our side now. Well, so I think she was always kind of on our side, but now she is willing to go on the mission that we need her for. So that is amazing news. Let's head back on up and see if there's anything new going on up here now. So I've kind of been hit and miss with this. Well, it's actually been a lot of miss. There are more conversations again. Interesting. And our main quest is we do need to speak to Gaia again. See, now I've had times where I come in, I talk to Gaia first, and then we have to talk to them again, or I talk to them, we talk to Gaia. So I can't quite get it right, but we're gonna start these conversations.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Excellent. Oh, wow. Wait, did we not ask him about the companions in the last episode? And the training? Let's see what he says here.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
I think we did that.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
All right, now that one I believe was different. I do not remember that. So, but what I find interesting with that is Aaron, and it makes sense, I guess, since he has access to all the archives, right? And Aloy might have even told him some, but I think it's based on archives. He knows that Zero Dawn was all a bluff. Because that's what Pharaoh and I guess even Elizabeth, that was kind of set up. It was to waste to buy some time, even though they knew they were just 100% just leaving those soldiers out to dry and sacrificing them. Soldiers didn't know that, but Pharaoh, I believe Elizabeth knew that, and then also the general or the commander. Those three at least knew that. But I think that was new right there.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a Cauldron to prepare for.
Yes, you do.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny.
Yeah, and the fact that they keep asking or keep mentioning about the conversation between Aloy and Beta. Yeah, 100%. This should all be new.
How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
All right, and on to training.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Varl. I mean, how could you not be? Dude is pretty cool.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right.
Good point, good point. And Rost. Oh, Rost.
You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back, because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
I mean, she could see it as that way, as she took him for granted. And I can see that. However, I mean, she was focused, right? She had one thing on her mind, and she could not be deterred from that, even by Ross. So, yeah, I can kind of see where she's saying that, though.
I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Yeah, oh, that's an interesting line, because she did that at the beginning of this game. Or is there more stuff in here? No. I just can't get over Varro's hilarious. Not Varro. I like Varro, but Aaron is hilarious.
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
All right, and ooh, the land gods made whole. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Let's go with the training though, so we can do our clockwise circle.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. The other thing I was just gonna say, because obviously we like Varro, we love Aaron, I love Zoe. All these characters that are here are amazing characters, and I love them all. But that's awesome that they're all here. So it all makes sense, though, right? That's actually not lit up, but it still has that marker next to it. Let's just see what she says.
How to go with the chorus after we fix the land gods.
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them.
All right, and I think clearly it wasn't highlighted, so we had done that. But I still don't understand. Do we have a side quest with her to complete that? We might. I don't know.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
Very cool. All right, so that's those three. We need to see if Catalo, we need to see if clearly Alva has something. We need to see if Catalo has something, and then we need to talk to Gaia.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
Sure, we're going to add it to the list. Everyone overheard that conversation, obviously.
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
It's the music, it's also Varl.
If you need anything before heading out to the Cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Catalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
That is hilarious. Oh, that is hilarious. And of course, we know the Zeniths are going to show up. There's no way they're not. But that was funny.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel, it's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
You know, I really wish, and I know we have the Zeniths here, so obviously, I've been talking about, I want to learn more about these Zeniths. I really, really wish there was more about them in the main story up to this point. Now, I say that with a caveat. Same thing with Silence. Dude, when was the last time we've seen Silence? Now, the caveat for both of those is it's partly my fault, right? because I'm not going straight through the main story. If I was just burning straight through the main story, it wouldn't feel the way it's feeling now. Because I've been doing all the side quests, the side missions, the errands, all those different things. But still, so that even knowing that, I still wish there was a little bit more regarding both of those in the main story up to this point.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
Oh, that's an interesting little line right there, right? It's a lot like you truly don't want to meet your heroes situation, right? Because they're going to be human, and you're putting them up on a pedestal, right? And no one can probably match that pedestal. So you'll be disappointed, and that's what she was going on right there with Eric. Those other two names, I don't think we've ever heard of before in either game, unless I'm mistaken. Very well could be. All right, what does she need help with? I'm curious on this.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
Oh, so that is all the way back to that island. It doesn't necessarily sound like it's anything terribly important for the main story, so we'll probably hold off on that. But it sounds like controlling flooding. That sounds like a dam. Is there a dam in San Francisco? I'm not sure. Obviously there could be. Not one that I know of.
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Yes, we will. All right. New side quest. Forbidden Legacy. Italo. Wait a minute. Did we do the mission for him to get his arm?
Rebel camps laid out as visions. Incredible.
I can't remember. Did we do that? Because we need to do that before we get on this. I think we did. Wasn't it called something lost or something like that? Something. Wasn't it called what once was lost? Oh, what was lost? Yeah. Oh, we got to do this before we continue with the main story. This has to be done. There's no doubt about this. Let's see what he has to say, though.
Aloy, are you well?
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that. You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best.
Now, that last one, I kind of jumped a little early into the companions thing. When she said, oh, that's... What'd she say? Something about that's one thing I avoided or something like that? Was that referring to not having a sibling?
Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
I love that answer.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
All right, so I think that's the last person here we need to talk to. But, like I said, we are 100% doing this first. Go to the meeting place, show on the map. Oh, that's right. I forgot, yeah, because that was up here, and that has all of this stuff up here to do. Oh. There's another cauldron up here. What's down here? That looks like that's just water. We know we have, there's Gemini. We know that. All right, yeah. Oh, as much as I want to be able to do all of this stuff, I don't, yeah, the bulwark, yeah, I don't think so. We're going to do what was lost. So we're going to get there and get there now so we can get Katalo and arm. All right, I did fast travel here. Oh man, look how beautiful this area is. It is crazy.
Pretty sure this is where Katalo wanted us to test his new arm. Not sure what he has in mind, though.
All right,
I should contact him.
Yep.
Let him know I'm here.
Let's give him a call.
Hey, Katalo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly. Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
And where's the arm?
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Again, I'm going slow in case they want to talk. Even though he was sprinting right at the get.
This is it.
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
I'm here. Oh, talk. I missed that.
All right, talk to me, Katalo.
I wish to test the arm on that. It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
I'm honored to help.
I like it. Should have already been on. Bit weird, but okay. Very cool.
After you.
I want to see him give it a left hook.
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I want to see him get a left hook. Just for a basic Scorcher? This seems weird, doesn't it? Seems weird to me.
Riled up now.
Oh, I took. Whoa! I took.
Honor is everything.
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels wrong. Like a disguise. I'll use the new arm when I need it, but the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you. I'll see you later then.
The Ten be with you, Aloy.
All right. Apologize for this. There might be a weird cut there, but for whatever reason, my microphone recording program just completely stopped. So I think we're good now. I can see it's working. So there we go. But it stopped at the beginning of the battle with the Scorcher. So we really didn't miss a whole lot. Just we were fighting the Scorcher, and probably better off not listening to me anyway. So we're probably pretty good there. All right. So we need to, all right, so that finished that. I just want to make sure. I believe that should have, right? Yes, what was lost. And I love his reasoning behind not always wearing the arm. That is so nice. And that's interesting because I was literally just asking, why is he not wearing it? All right. Now we need to get back to Gaia and see what our next steps are to getting to Gemini.
So the old ones had cows and sea cows, but they didn't look the same.
Let's talk to Gaia, see what our next steps are. Oh, this is getting exciting, is it not?
Welcome back. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron, Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Oh, interesting. Well, we definitely want to learn more, so I think we already did all that. No, is this their way of saying, hey, point of no return? Which, if so, I think we're fine. The arm thing with Katalo, I definitely wanted to make sure we did. But I think we're fine other than that. So let's see what she has to say about our progress and then about the old world.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships, different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia.
Good point.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly.
A Roomba?
I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
Now, I know it's not, Roombas don't do space organization, obviously. All right, enough, companions.
When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
I like that idea.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
I was just starting to think, do we need to do that other cauldron? I mean, I'm thinking if we had to, they would make us do that. So I think we're probably fine there. I mean, obviously we'll be missing out. I mean, we can still do it afterwards, but we won't have some overrides that we could do in the meantime. So I think we're going to be fine on that. All right, let's ask about the old world. Now, I do know... Yeah, so... Yeah, because we're going to have to do those cauldrons anyways, right? Because we want to be able to get... Like, that mission on the island was talking about flying, right? So we're going to need that for that mission anyway. So, yeah, I think we're going to be fine. About the old world. Old world discovery. Oh... If that's bad. All right, so this is the... Oh, Elizabeth.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. Did all that she could.
And we saw that scene. Yeah, we saw that scene when she went back to her home. It was pretty touching. I was starting to wonder, is there any reason that we should be concerned that Gaia might be compromised somehow by either the Zeniths or Silence? I don't know. All right, old world discoveries.
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen.
Technically, did he not extend his life? I mean, he wasn't human and he wasn't Ted, but something was alive, right?
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Ooh.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Oh, could that be the DLC? So I do know DLC is out. I don't know anything about it, but I wonder if that could be the DLC. Or the third game. Ooh, interesting. All right, let's ask about this place.
So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, big fingers crossed on that one. All right, I think we're ready to do this. So, let's do this.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Look at that crew. What a crew.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my Cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my Cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engaging autonomous defenses. Directive neutralize.
That means machines are on their way.
Get ready.
Here they come!